Hello, it's AriesGotOnline. Today I'm going to talk to you about Katy Perry and the Grammys. First, let me describe what the Grammys are, or is. The Grammy Award is an accolade by the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences of the United States to recognize outstanding achievement in the music industry. The annual presentation ceremony features performance by prominent artists and the presentation of those awards that have a more popular interest. It shares recognition of the music industry as that of other performance arts, such as the Emmys for television, the Tonys for stage, and Academy Awards for movies. My thing is, why hasn't Katy Perry got a Grammy? I've been angry about that for years, to the fact that she probably doesn't even care, so I have to care for her. I was dogging the Grammys, especially with her very last CD, Prism. And turns out it wasn't their fault. So, I have to say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say those bad things about you, Grammy. And in return, I ended up missing a perfectly good show because I thought she was being screwed over. Meanwhile, it was her that was screwing me. Okay, let me give you a brief history on Katy Perry. Now, this is my brief history. So, you can take it as fact, legend, just good old storytelling, or whatever. But in my mind, this is what happens with Katy Perry. Katy was a good little girl with attitude, growing up in a nice Christian church household, surrounded by good Christian church people, living a good church life. Her parents kept her away from all you sinners out there in the world because they didn't want you corrupting their little Katy. Eventually, Katy ended up getting a guitar. She learned how to play the guitar. And then she said, well, hell, I might as well start singing too. Yes, like I said, this is my version of the story. So work with me here. It's true. It's true, really. Okay, maybe not, but hey, this is a story I'm telling. This is my story. Let me tell it. Okay. So anyways, Katy gets a guitar. She decides she wants to sing. So her parents is like, oh my gosh, we got our own little Michael Jackson. But instead of doing, that sin music, what she's going to do because we got, did they even know about Michael Jackson? Because they were pretty sheltered kids. But since this is my story, I'm going to say yes. So anyways, they said, hey, why don't you make a CD? So they go to like a church place that does Christian church music, and then she starts singing her little heart out. She's going by the name Katy Hudson because that's her real name. She's just having a good old time in 2001. And then she's like, okay, let's put this beautiful Christian church music out. Now she puts it out, expecting all you church people to come out there and support it. And instead, it sold less than 200 copies. Not 200,000, not 200 million, but under 200 copies. Our girl was forsaken. It was hard on poor little Katy. She said, the first thing I'm going to do is get a different last name. And that's when she went, hey, well, I think my mother's maiden name is, I guess she would know, but I think my mother's maiden name is Perry. So I'm just going to go with Perry. I think that's pretty good. But I say, go with Katy Forsaken Perry. Because she was forsaken by her own people. Because less than 200 of them showed up for her. So she moves out of the house, goes out into the world of the sinners, where all you people who are drinking and smoking and having sex to someone you're not married to. Then you got you gay people walking around looking all pretty and good and healthy. It was just wrong. But somehow she survived. She was making it. She was broke as hell, but she was making it. Hanging out there, meeting people. All of a sudden, she's smiling, she's happy, she's jumping for joy because she's in the club, dropping it like it's hot. and doing all that other kind of stuff that I really don't know about because I don't club because I'm a nerd. And so she's doing all that stuff, and then one day, while this was happening, this is way back in 2008, okay? When she was in the club, then all of a sudden, this woman, she sees this woman across the way. She walks up to the woman and she says, "You are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life." So the lady says, "Why, thank you. What is your name?" And then Katy goes, "My name is Katy." And then a woman says, "Katy, I want to kiss you. Can I kiss you?" And then Katy goes, "Okay." So the woman grabs Katy, pulls her in close, gives her a real kiss, like a mature kiss. Not those little church kisses when you go, nah. She was all down her throat and stuff. It was crazy, man. It was like I was there, although I wasn't. But anyway, so Katy's like overwhelmed. She's like, woo, I gotta go home. I gotta go home. And so anyway, she goes home and she sees her boyfriend who's lying in the bed sleeping because she's living the life of a sinner now. But even back then, she made bad choices with guys. So we're just going to say the guy lying in that bed was a loser. So anyway, she's got this loser in the bed. She's sitting there. I'm writing a song about me kissing a girl. I kissed a girl and I liked it. So anyhow, so she's enjoying it. And she's thinking, oh man, that damn chapstick was amazing. What was it? Cherry. Oh my gosh, I love that girl's cherry chapstick. So anyway, so she writes this song, I Kissed a Girl and I Like It. And then she says, you know what, this could be a big hit. So then she runs over to a record company. Like I said, this is my version of the story. She runs over to the record company and she says, hey, I'm Katy Forsaken Perry. I want to sing. Damn it. And it's like, okay, you're cute. Can you play any music? I write my own songs. Damn it. So she showed them throughout a bunch of songs. There was papers flying all over the place. They were so impressed because it's like, wow, man, this kid's got skills, yo. So anyhow, so they say, okay, let's make a record. Let's make a record. And she's like, you know, okay, just think of me as one of the boys, okay? And they say, oh my gosh. Do you have a song with that title? Because you have a song with that title, we can have your CD with that very same title. And she's like, well, guess what? I happen to have one. So anyway, so she pulls it out. They put all the music together. She goes into the studio. And then it's time to release the CD. And she's like, so what are you guys going to put out? And it's like, it's up to you, Katy. It's up to you. We will not forsake you, Katy. What do you want? And Katy looks them in the eyes and says, I kissed a girl. So anyway, so then they release it. Then everybody in the world starts listening to the song. And everybody's going, who is this person? And meanwhile, Katy's at home going, man, I hope people like my song. Meanwhile, there's another guy in her bed, because he's a loser too, because she dumped that loser for another loser because she thought she was upgrading, but she really wasn't. So anyways, she's telling that guy, look, I finished my CD. He's like, yeah, whatever. And then she's like, come on, let's turn on the radio. And all of a sudden, she hears her song on the radio, and she gets so excited. She starts jumping and screaming and crying for joy. And her deadbeat boyfriend is like, whatever, could you like quiet? I'm trying to sleep. So anyhow, so she ends up dumping him. And she starts doing the talk circuit and, saying, yes, I wrote the song. I used to do Christian music, but I don't do that no more. That's why I'm Katy Forsaken Perry. So anyways, she does that. But then they say, do you got anything else? And she's like, did you listen to the CD? If you would have listened to the CD, you would know I have some other stuff. Check it out, yo. So the people start checking out the CD. One person listens to it, another person listens to it. It was like people didn't know what to think. They were hot and cold. It was crazy, man. So anyway, so she's sitting back, oh my goodness, it's selling like hotcakes, yo. People even outside the USA are into me right now. This is like seriously blowing my mind. So record company, I want even more money, because if you don't give me more money, the last thing you're going to be saying is I am the one that got away. You will be thinking about me. And they said, Katy, we are not going to let you go. We are not going to let you go, girl. What we're going to do is we're going to put you out there and work your little tail to death for we can make sure everybody likes you. So meanwhile, Katy's out there singing, but all the black girls are like, white girl out there kissing girls. Black guys are like, yeah, she's out there kissing girls, yo. She out there kissing girls. And then the black women look at the black man and go like, better get yourself in check before I castrate you. So then all the black men, they're afraid to say they like Katy Perry. But then, after doing that album, and it sells over 5 million copies worldwide, the Grammys say, damn, this little girl got it going on. So they say, you know what? We're going to nominate you for Best Female Pop Vocals Performance for the song I Kissed a Girl. So anyway, she gets it, but she goes to the Grammys thinking she's going to do something great because everybody in the world is buying that song. Everybody in the world is loving that song. I mean, come on, the whole CD is on themes with sex and love. How could you not love it? But then, she didn't get the Grammy. But she's like, okay. I'm angry, but you know what? I'm new. I'm going to be here for a while. And when my next CD comes out, I'm getting all the damn Grammys. So 2 years later, she's walking down the street, drinking a Slurpee. And this guy goes, hey, you. And she looks at the guy like, why are you talking to me? And then he goes, girl, you are a teenage dream. And then she goes, what? And he goes, you are a teenage dream. And she's like, wow, that sounds like a good title for a song. So she runs home. And she writes the song Teenage Dream. But while she was doing the song Teenage Dream, she was like, oh, I love this weather in California. Although I grew up in California, this part of California is even better. It's like I'm one of the California girls, yo. And so she's like, oh my God, I can write a song about that too. So then she writes a song about that. But, she was like, man, it's a great song, but it's a little white. I need some soul into it. Meanwhile, she's walking down the stairs. She trips over this skinny guy who's high. And she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. And he's like, oh, baby, it's all right. I'm Snoop. Snoop got it going on. I'm just in here drinking my gin and juice. So anyway, she's like, oh, I love your voice. Will you go and rap for me? She goes up there, not realizing how big of a star she was working with. But anyways, he does his little part. The song goes out. Everybody in the world starts listening to it. And then all of a sudden, it was like, damn, that white girl can sing, or damn, that white girl can write some songs, or damn, that white girl got it going on. And that was when Katy Perry became black.